The Tiger-Vac 4D-35 Sidekick vacuum system is designed to efficiently and safely vacuum unspent gunpowder and lead in a gun range environment. This model is CSA third-party certified for Division 2, Class 2, Groups F and G. This instructional video will teach you how to set up and operate your 4D-35. We will discuss installation of the front-mounted floor tool, accessories, troubleshooting, and replacing consumables. When servicing the vacuum, ensure that you are properly gowned with personal protective gear, as toxic powders such as lead and carcinogens may be present. To set up the system, start by installing the front-mounted floor tool. Do this by inserting the rod through the slots of the bracket on the frame of the vacuum, and then to those of the front-mounted floor tool and insert the cotter pin to secure it in place. Ensure that the bristles are placed securely in the front, and the squeegee blades in back. The label on the floor tool provides guidance for this. The height of the front-mounted floor tool can be adjusted by removing the knobs above the wheels and then turning the stems. They can be lowered by turning the stems clockwise, and raised by turning them counterclockwise. Now insert the 2-inch static conductive suction hose cuff onto the 2-inch suction inlet on the filter chamber. Also connect the 1.5-inch by 10-foot suction hose assembly into the other suction inlet. To power on the vacuum, connect the certified explosion-proof electrical cable to the grounded 20-amp dedicated electrical outlet. The male plug should be connected to a certified explosion-proof female outlet. Confirm that your power outlet is 20 amps by looking for horizontal notches on the plugs. If using an extension cable, make sure that it is a 10-gauge, 3-conductor power cord with a length that does not exceed 50 feet. A cable lock should be used to secure the plug to the socket. Ensure that the lock is properly applied, as if they become accidentally unplugged during operation, an electrical arc or short may occur. This vacuum is equipped with 2 dual-speed 120-volt motors, producing 200 CFM and 90 inches of water lift. The blockage light indicator will illuminate if it detects that something is blocking the filter or if there is a restriction. If this occurs, switch off the motor and then use the manual filter shaker to dislodge caked-on dust on the main filter. If this does not resolve the issue, then the filter assembly may need to be washed or replaced. To clean the main filter, it is recommended that you insert a spare filter assembly into your 4D-35 and then vacuum the original filter. If you do not have a spare assembly, then you can wash the main filter with lukewarm water. Ensure that you follow your state and county laws, as the water may need to be treated as hazardous waste. Air dry the main filter. Do not machine wash. Ensure that it is completely dry before placing it back in the vacuum, as a damp filter may degrade over time. If the suction hose is blocked, try using a pole, such as a broom handle, to push out the blockage. Otherwise, it can be flushed out with water. Hang the hose to drain and ensure that it is completely dry before returning to use. If the blockage light indicator is still illuminated, it is possible that the HEPA filters may need to be replaced. The HEPA filters have an efficiency rating of 99.995% at 0.3 micron. The HEPA filters need to be replaced every 1 to 3 years, depending on frequency of use. Dispose of the old HEPA filters according to government regulations. To remove the collection container, first ensure that the switch is in the off position. Use the manual filter shaker to dislodge the dust that has accumulated on the main filter and allow it to settle in the container, to minimize dust release. To dispose of the collected substances such as gunpowder, target fragments, and lead dust, you should place them in a polyliner and store it according to your state and county regulations. Do not attempt to vacuum shells, wads, and large debris, as the vacuum is not built to collect these substances. we recommend that you squeegee them away from the vacuum's area of operation. This vacuum comes with 5 conductive polyliners to help with the removal of collected substances. To remove it from the recovery tank, pull the drawstring and remove the tie wrap from the polyliner retainer clip. Now reattach the metal disc to the new polyliner via tie wrap, and reinstall it into the recovery tank. In areas that cannot be accessed by the front-mounted floor tool, such as corners, expansion joints, or bullet traps, close the slide valve for the front-mounted floor tool and open the slide valve for the suction port of the onboard sidekick. This will help with cleaning along vertical surfaces, removing debris from cracks and crevices, stray small caliber casings and difficult-to-reach nooks and crannies in the bullet trap. To empty or replace the main and HEPA filter, begin by disconnecting all tools from the machine. Now, unlatch the 3 clamps. Next, raise the handle from the detachable recovery tank. This will cause the filter chamber and recovery tank to drop down. Carefully remove the HEPA and main filters. Inspect them for any accumulation of powders or damages. Do not attempt to shake off any powders trapped in the HEPA filter, as this may cause the toxic powders to become airborne. Particles smaller than 1 micron will penetrate through the main cloth filter and be trapped by the HEPA filter. Before reinstalling the main filter, ensure that it is completely dry if it was recently washed, and attach the metal mechanism via the fabric ties. To reinstall the filter chamber to the car assembly, begin by applying the brakes on the front wheels and align the collection tank with the brackets on the back of the machine. Raise the handle to ensure that the rollers slide smoothly into the bracket. Lower the handle to raise it. Finally, clamp down the latches to secure it in place. Accessories include a 28-inch front-mounted floor tool, a 1.5 by 10-foot static conductive crush-proof suction hose with 1.5 to 2-inch cuff, a 1.5-inch by 54-inch aluminum single-bend wand, and a 7.5-inch static conductive conical nozzle. Optional accessories include a 1.5 inches by 7.5 inches conductive rubber conical nozzle, a 7.5-inch conical nozzle with stainless steel connector, a chrome 1.5-inch by 54-inch double bend wand assembly with aluminum tool coupling, a 1.5-inch by 14-inch aluminum floor tool with conductive bristles, and a 1.5-inch by 11-inch aluminum crevice tool. If you receive the overhead cleaning kit, then it can be constructed by connecting the round brush nozzle to the wand by inserting it into the cuff and screwing the lock until tight. Next, snap the newly constructed tool head into the retractable wand. Lastly, pressure fit the end of the wand into the hose cuff. You are now ready to clean overhead areas. This concludes our instructional video. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact us.